DVB Digital Fast.
On March 28th, a 7.7 magnitude earthquake devastated central Myanmar. At least 4,520 people were killed and over 11,000 were injured, according to DVB data. 3 months later, and over 6 million people remain in urgent need of assistance, as the existing crisis of conflict and displacement worsens. The regime announced that it raised 131 billion Myanmar kyat and $2.3 million in earthquake relief. But survivors in southern Shan State say that the support they have received is barely enough to survive.
The military gave only 200,000 kyat to homeowners if their homes were completely destroyed. If only partially damaged, they gave 50,000 kyat for repairs. Those injured by the quake were given 50,000 kyat too. If a person died, 1.3 million kyat was supposed to be given to the family, but in Bin Lao, it was only 300,000 kyat.
The UN Office for Project Services, or UNOPS, says total damage by the quake may amount to $11 billion. But reconstruction costs are estimated to cost 2 to 3 times higher. 2.5 million tons of debris has yet to be cleared. Myanmar has faced 195 aftershocks since March 28th. Tremors have been felt across the country, from Shan State in the east to Kachin State in the north. With the arrival of the rainy season, tens of thousands displaced from their homes by the quake face serious health risks. Independent meteorologist Win 9 predicted rains could cause floods and landslides in Zagai region, the epicenter of the earthquake. The National Unity Government Minister for International Cooperation SASA spoke to DVB. He discussed the disparity between quake relief given to other countries compared to Myanmar.
In Turkey and Syria, the UK contributed around $204 million for earthquake relief in 2023. The media was allowed full access to the quake zone, and that helped raise this amount in about 2 weeks. But in Myanmar, the regime restricted media access, so only $35 million was donated. This shows the vital role the media plays in raising international attention to a crisis.
Min Aung used the days following the earthquake to gain legitimacy for his military regime in Naypyidaw, which seized power after the coup on February 1, 2021. At a regional meeting in Bangkok in early April, Min Aung met with the elected leaders of Thailand and India. On April 17th, he met with Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, the current chair of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN. Min Aung also met with China's President Xi Jinping for the first time since the coup, during a visit to Russia in May. Meetings were held between the regime and ethnic armed groups in Naypyidaw, June 25th to 27th. These reported peace talks were held with those which have not joined the uprising and resistance to the 2021 coup. 3 months since the quake, and the emergency phase has transitioned into early recovery, according to the UN. The post-quake ceasefire announced by the regime in April is set to expire on June 30th, with no reports of another extension. 843 attacks have been carried out by regime forces since its ceasefire first came into effect on April 2nd. At least 608 people have been killed, with 1,308 injured in 982 attacks since March 28th, according to DVB data. With the regime set on holding an election by December, violence is likely to escalate, pushing more people to flee their homes and compounding the humanitarian crisis in Myanmar. For DVB English News, I'm Nora.